Welcome, guys,
Hey,
again. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
good, good. Doug Smith broadcasting from the shores of the Ottawa River here in Canada's capital. And it's so great to have Mark on board. This has been so far for me about a 6 month journey, and it's been an amazing learning experience. And, Mark represents a lot of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing. And he's got a great experience in the media industry as well. And Jay, thank you so much. The owner of the Disability Channel, the founder of the Disability Channel. He's going to share with us some incredible news today about what's going on in his life and with the Disability Channel as we move towards the Invictus Games, right, Jay?
That's right, Doug. Well, thank you so much. And Mark, again, congratulations on Mark's a great success story. He's a graduate of our one of our previous programs. How long ago did you take that course, Mark?
2020.
2020, and now he's back again to do another course. And not only that, but he's got a spot now as a sports reporter on Press Box with Doug and Lori. So we're very honored, very excited, and just like we're just really happy that we can provide opportunities, right? Like, and that's what we're all about. The channel is providing positive opportunities, helping people grow, expand their resume, expand their life, get a great purpose in life. So, Mark, why don't I hand it off to you a little bit? Because obviously this is a sports show, but it's also an educational show, right? For opportunity. So why don't you tell our viewers, which we are live right now on Facebook, and you don't have to go into it too deep, but your experience with the channel and your vision and where you'd like to go.
Oh, my experience with the channel has been great so far. My vision is hopefully is just build more relationships and get my foot in the sports media door or just regular media door, and as well as just enhancing what I already know and trying to learn more things of editing and things like that, as well as getting some of my work out there and see what we can put together.
How'd you find? I'm curious. How did you find the Disability Channel, Mark?
I found it through my fiance's parents, and I got in contact with Jay, and I was supposed to. So I got in contact with Jay. I want to say I think it was before the pandemic, because I was gonna do my college internship with the Disability Channel, and then COVID shut everything down. It took
Hmm.
out all of our plans, but thankfully the media instead of me doing an internship just with the Disability Channel, that got scrapped through college, but I still wanted to do like their media program, so I got in contact with Jay and I did their digital media program, and um, I had a lot of fun doing that a couple of years ago. So I'm in their new program now at the Veterans Program, and I'm just getting refreshed on things I've learned and things I forgot. So everything's kind of coming back to me because it's been a while.
Well, it's amazing. It's great for people to hear how you got in touch and what did the Disability Channel do for you? Like, and tell people about the program and maybe what it was. It funded and how did that go?
The program it went well. It was funded. It was funded, but it was more like it was good. It was a good learning experience. It was a little difficult at first because obviously doing things remotely at the time was challenging.
Mm.
So asking questions, it's a little. I'm more of like a hands-on kind of guy. So like learning stuff through a computer is a little difficult. But as this time went on, I got the hang of it. I used a lot of their editing skills that they taught me on some of my videos and stuff like that, as well as some assignments. Um, and even with this new program, there's elements that we've taken from the digital ventures program, and we're adding it to the veterans program. So it's a great mix of both.
And this is funded education, and we really want our listeners to know, to pass this message on, because usually the message gets to people not directly but through people that might be listening, or a cousin or a relative, just almost exactly like you said, to know that they can come to a place and start to get re-educated, and the government stepping in to help them do that, and the organization is stable. That's the message we want to make sure other people get, so they can accomplish what you're accomplishing. What are your next steps like after graduation?
I'm just gonna continue writing. Really still doing freelance. I'm trying to get a paid job with it, as well as other media. Trying to see if there's work available. Um, Currently this weekend I'm gonna have to go down to the CAA Center in Brampton to pick up my media pass for the Brampton Steelheads of the OHL. They've just relocated from Mississauga to Brampton. We'll be covering the team again this year. My co-host and I do a show where we cover the team, and we talk about like their upcoming games, players. Uh, we get guests on, so it's a nice way to get out there. And because of our show and because of my articles, we've gotten in touch with some of the players' parents. They'll share our stuff, so they'll see us at games and they'll tell us like they enjoy our work and stuff like that. So it's really cool. As well as kind of meeting the players. Like I've had a couple players follow me on Instagram after I've done an article about them, which is cool.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, all right. So it's nice, and some of them are drafted or going to be drafted. So it's nice to kind of get them exposure into the public eye for hockey, especially coming up, being drafted.
It's building a community, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you're doing right now.
Yes.
Let me
So go on.
let me jump in. Let me jump in just for a sec, Mark, just to say that, I know you have hockey on the brain. You're a hockey guy. You love doing your research. You love doing your articles. You couldn't be beside a better hockey guy than Doug Smith. So you
Yeah.
guys are going to be attached at the hip. Like, he's going to be a wealth of resources for you, Mark. Like, you can, hey, hey, Doug, da da da. You know what I mean? Like, I just see the synergy right now working. It's great. It's great.
Well, if there's and the opportunities are are more and more at the NHL level too, at the professional level. So like what I'm hearing is you're getting seasoned with the junior players, and like getting comfortable with being in and out of the dressing room, and that's a high level. I mean, there's some bizarre stuff going on in that environment. You
Yeah.
gotta have a level head. You gotta know how to be politically correct, keep your mouth shut when like when you should, right?
Exactly. Well, I haven't gone down to do any dressing room interviews like yet or talk to the coaches. I've kind of just been like in the shadows doing stuff online. But I'm thinking maybe like this year I'll kind of expand more and break out of my shell and see if I can chat with the coach and try to get quotes and see what I can do. I like to just
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
expand that.
allow me please to write you a testimonial. Like, allow me to do
See, there
that,
you
and
go.
That
and
sounds good with me.
maybe that'll help, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an exciting space to be in. The crowds are getting bigger in junior too, huh?
Unfortunately, but not in Brampton or Mississauga. They were one of the lowest uh,
Oh.
attendance, unfortunately. But hopefully it works out in Brampton. They have a new lease. Well, they got we don't. I don't know too much of the details, but the lease is pretty good, so they'll be there for a couple of years, and hopefully it
I,
works out.
I just want to
So
jump in and just say I really appreciate, Doug, you asking Mark about the process of how you know the channel, your experience at the channel, your feedback, because sometimes with our team, like myself and Frank and our teachers, but especially more me and Frank, we're so knee deep in this that we just sometimes we forget about the results, right? Because we're so knee deep in trying to move things forward and making sure everything is expanding and making sure all the details are taken care of. So when gentlemen like Mark and other members of our class let us know how much we have done for them or how much we have not done for them, you know what I mean? It's really thank you for sharing. Like, it means a lot to us. So thank you.
Well, yeah, and I would imagine with the culture that the Disability Channel has, that the people who graduate are always coming back. They're always coming back to say hello, always coming back to, let's talk a little bit maybe about where things are going in a positive sense. Are you interested in going to the Invictus Games to cover part of that, Mark? Like, because I know Jay's working hard to develop cohorts of media people to be able to cover that event, correct?
so actually, I just found out about the Invictus game when I started this program. I never heard about the Invictus Games until I started the veterans program. So I'm kind of like doing my research on it to understand it more, because there's a lot of like other games out there that should get coverage, and like stuff like this should be out there. So I'm just kind of looking around and seeing like what it's about, and you know, where can I watch it and take an interest in it.
That's excellent. Do your research on it, and I encourage everybody else to look at the Invictus Games and what Prince Harry started. And we're just identifying the athletes now, and they're getting ready for the games in February 2024, which will be in Whistler, BC. Just so everybody knows, it's going to be in Canada and Whistler. And Mark, I hope you get there, man. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
Yeah, as time goes on, I'll do more research on it, and hopefully me and Jay can work on something.
So let's talk a little bit about that. And then also after, I want to make an announcement regarding Mark and Sirius XM. Very important announcement. Well, Sirius XM affiliated, so I want to make a cool announcement. But let's talk a little. I want to tell our viewers a little bit about the game. So right now, we are on course to go to the Invictus Games for February 225 to be part of the production team, right? And the emphasis of the games, this is a professional worldwide event with professional people. So I just let you know, the Invictus Games told me, Jay, this isn't a training program. This is not a training platform. This is a professional platform. So that answers my question. That answers anybody who says, hey, can I go? Can I go for people? Because I'm telling you, they're looking, Jake, not a training program. This is a professional pro. So just letting you people know. So what we're doing now, so we're confirming firm details, right? We have a lot of people, a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of moving pieces. So as of today, I can confirm that October 12th is our fundraiser, start of our tour to go to the Invictus Games, featuring our employment programs. This is a free event, and we have 3 stellar lineup of entertainers. So we're going to kick it off with a veteran named Fraser Newcomb, who's going to be coming from the East Coast. How's that?
Nice.
Coming from
Nice.
the East Coast. Now we're just confirming this, but we talked. We had a big meeting yesterday, and he's going to be opening up the show and doing an acoustic set. He's a wonderful. Check him out, Fraser Newcomb. He's on our site. And then we're going to open up with our stellar performers, of course, Freedom Train, Automatic Sellout. They're actually playing this weekend, which we're the media for Rib Fest here in Burlington.
I've seen them. They're absolutely amazing.
Well,
Check them out, Freedom Train. So yeah, so
Freedom
they're playing
Train.
here.
Oh, yeah.
They're closing Saturday night. Yeah, they're closing at Spencer's Park out here in Burlington on Saturday night, which I just mentioned Rib Fest because we're media there. So there's 4 days of live music, Spencer's Park, and we're going to be the media for 4 days. So getting back to the fundraiser, we're going to have Fraser Newcomb. We're going to have Freedom Train doing their sets. And then we have special guest appearance, Dave Ray from Teenage Head. Oh, yeah, baby. So Teenage Head's going to be there performing too. We also are auctioning off a guitar courtesy of Long and McQuaid. We're going to get some signatures on it. We have our 50-50 going. So, and then that's going to catapult us out to BC, which I actually, Doug, I think I don't want to, we're going to move our venue down to Vancouver. The one that you mentioned.
Nice. Yes.
We're getting too many requests. So I want to talk to you after the show about that, about doing our venue down in Vancouver. We also have our song with Tom Cochran and Burton Cummings involved. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening. And of course, we're going to be broadcasting it. So our sports show is going to be front and center along with our Today show, our veteran show, and our music show. So we're going to have 4 shows showcasing the games. Awesome. So this is going to be, and let you know that I'm going to be interviewing on our radio show, Scott Moore, the CEO.
Oh, that's so we're going to get it right from the horse's mouth. That's great. Yeah. Right, no risk of making anything up when you're getting it from him. That's the truth, right? That's great, Jake. Congratulations.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a quick break, come back, because I know Mark wrote an article regarding the Leafs, and the Leafs are coming. So Mark, if you're ready to give us that article, and then we could talk maybe a little bit about the passing of wrestling great Sid Vicious. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
I want to talk to you about who you want to talk to. Who's your dream interview? We'll talk about that after the break too.
Sounds
okay,
good.
stay tuned. You're watching Press Box with Doug Smith and new reporter Mark Freitas. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.